is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
We got Carlos from California. Carlos, what's happening?
How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing great,
How
man.
are you?
Yourself?
Oh, very well, thank you.
That's awesome,
Thank
man.
you very much. Can I make a comment real quick?
Absolutely.
For me, it's a real challenge every time I'm doing a trade. And thanks to your help, I've been able to done a lot of things as far as trading. And I know there's a lot of Hispanic people who's listening, and they think this is a lot harder than it looks. But with your help, it's been a lot easier to make things sound very simple.
That's a beautiful thing, man. Well, listen, we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. Always do your best. Take action on your ideas. This is a great card. It's particularly great for a weekend, so you can think about it. Doing your best means to take action. You have many great ideas in your head, but without action upon an idea, there'll be no manifestation, no results, and no reward. Market eyes, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 63, Nasdaq up 5, S&P's up 3.5, gold contract down $4, trading at $1,253 an ounce. Silver flat at $17.46 an ounce. Platinum down 42 cents at $9.36 an ounce. Copper off a penny and a half at $2.10 a pound. Light sweet crude flat at $50.37 a barrel. Bonds, the 10-year note down 8 ticks, 129.29. 30-year bond off a full point plus 22 ticks, 163.09. King dollar up 502 ticks, trading at 98.02. The euro is at $1.09, and the yen is trading at 104.17. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? We go over to the SPY. What you're going to see here on the daily, on the weekly, all of the above. You're going to see a failure on price, failure on volume, as you're getting into the swing low that was established the week of September 16th. So the low of September 16th inside the SPY, folks, is 212.31. We at 213.38. We're going to do about 423 million shares. That's going into 786 million. That is absolutely a rejection of lower price with dramatically lighter volume, not small volume. That's dramatically lighter volume. So the SPY just has to close over 213.40. If we go into the cash S&P, we take a look at the cash. It's going to be the same thing. They'll just give you a cleaner number because the cash doesn't trade. The cash S&P, we're talking about 21.19, and we're at 21.35 right now. Dow Industrials, same type of setup inside the Dow Industrials. It got under the swings, closed above them, dramatically lighter volume. Inside the Dow, with the number that we're talking about is 17,992, and we're at 18,168. Now, what does it set up? Well, what it sets up, it can't bust them down. Guess what? It's going to try to bust them topside again. When I say topside, the cash S&P, we're looking at 2169. So here in 2169 is the high of September 9th when the downdraft took place. And I don't expect we're going to get over that, by the way. It's a larger consolidation that we're in right now. It's still building cause to go down. But guess what? There's not enough energy right now to make that baby go south. NDX 100, we take a look at the 3 Qs. The Nasdaq Composite and the 3 Qs are still stronger than the S&Ps and the Dow Industrials. The NQs right now are at $117.25. What the NQs did is that they went into their strength from the same week, September 16th. We came into that with 101 million shares versus 180 million. Bottom line, Qs also want to go for their highs once again. Gold contract. We take a look at gold. Gold contract out here is trading at a price point of $1253.50. We got down to $1246.90 out here today. Gold needs price. Volume is cool. This was testing the 274,000 contracts out here today. Only 158. So in that aspect, gold held its own. Bottom line, gold has to get back inside 1269. We take a look at the silver contract. What do we have at silver? Silver contract out here also held its own today. 50,000 contracts. The 50,000 contracts was coming into 88,000 contracts. You want to see silver get back inside $17.74. What silver has done, which is really cool, is that Brexit Day, which is a 17.25, bottom line, it's over that Brexit Day. Bonds, we go into the 10-year note first. 10-year note right now is down 9 ticks. You're at 129.08, and bottom line, this isn't cracking either. You're coming into the highs of the low that was established out here Wednesday, which is 129.29. We had 1.2 million contracts traded there. And I suspect we're going to get another tick out of it. So we get another tick out of it, that is going to be a rejection of lower price inside the 10-year. Now, 30-year busted. We take a look at the 30-year. 30-year right now is below its trading range, the last range, meaning just the 163.19. And this got some juice in it. So bottom line is that you got a disconnect between the 10 and the 30-year. King dollar, we go over to King dollar. King dollar right now is trading at a price point up 497 ticks. You're at 98.01, and the high of yesterday was 98.12. Bottom line, King dollar is going to be over its swing point. We'll pull this up. It's July swing high on the dailies and on the weeklies. So you're at anything over 97,620, which is we're at 98 right now, would say that King dollar can make that run to 98.58. Sunday night's going to be a big night out here. There's no two ways about it. Market-wise, folks, if we go to the Hang Seng, if you go right across the world, this market wants to bounce. Hang Seng last night was up $200. We go take a look at the Nikkei and KY. Nikkei was up 82. We go to Europe out here today. You had the DAX up. The UK FTSE 100 was up 35. You had the DAX up 166. And in our own markets, what we did have, we had Janet Yellen out here. She was speaking this afternoon, and one of the quotes. This was quite a quote too. Federal Reserve Chairman Janet Yellen said there are plausible ways that running the U.S. economy hot could fix damage caused by the Great Recession, laying out the argument for keeping monetary policy easy without taking an interest rate hike off the table this year. Bottom line, folks, okay, that quote right there, I suspect, is the first arrow across the deck that, guess what, Yellen is going to be basically giving the rest of these governors a little beating with the rattan, saying, no, we don't want to go up in December either. Pretty wild. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back with our man, Mr. Larry Pesavento.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow up 64, NASDAQ up 5, S&P's up 3, and now we got our man, Mr. Larry Pesavento. And folks, don't forget, at TFNN, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we start live programming 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. Tuesday, Thursday, we go from 7 o'clock in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. Now, all that programming you can get right on your cell phone. You go to TFNN.com. You hit Tiger TV on the right-hand side. You're going to get some great HD quality video as well as audio. Larry's got an outstanding show every trading day, 9 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. John Logan kicks us off. Larry comes on right after him. You want to really start understanding where the markets are before the market opens. It's an amazing program. Larry also has a great newsletter. It's called Fibonacci 24/7. He's going to be doing a workshop. This workshop is for his subscribers, but guess what? You can subscribe right here, right now, for only $97. It's a money-back guarantee, and what you're going to get is that Larry's got a great book, and A Trader's Guide to Financial Astrology, Forecasting Market Cycles Using Planetary and Lunar Movements. Bottom line, you sign up. Well, first off, if you're a subscriber to Larry, we've been sending these books out all day long today. The office is really busy. It's a beautiful thing. And as you subscribe, you're going to get his book. You're also going to get an outstanding workshop. This workshop is on October 26th, 5 to 6 p.m. And that workshop, we're going to be talking about the patent that H.M. Gottlieb missed, but we're going to have Larry talk to us about it. Larry Pesavento, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
Everything's good. Tom, I wanted to mention to the folks, I first met you in 2005 in New York in February. And, we were meeting, you'd met the hockey players from the 1980 Olympic team.
Right.
But the main reason, I've hung out with you so much, first of all, I love your positive attitude, but you really tried to help people so much. And the fact that you're able to, buy a large quantity of these books to give them away in astrology is really good, because there's going to be more and more stuff coming out on the astro stuff. We happen to know that Andrew Lowe at MIT is working on something in astrology, along with several other of these brain drain types plays. I don't know exactly what they're doing.
Yes.
But when we have guests on, like Shane Smolian, the co-author of the book, and Norm Winsky,
exactly,
and Bill Meridian and Alfie Lavoie, and so many of the other folks, that are showing these cycles and how they fit together. It's helpful to people to get a little understanding and not be afraid of it, because they're only numbers. That's all we're dealing with, and that's the real key. But you really go out of your way to try to help folks, and I hope that people appreciate it. I know the family at TFNN certainly does, and I know a lot of our listeners do, but you do a great job, and I wanted to thank you for that.
No, I want to thank you. That's pretty wild. So since 2005, we've been going at it. Man,
February 2005,
crazy.
Yeah, it
Time,
sure is.
Time is a trip. Well, it's so wild, right? It's not only time, but when we're talking about nature, when you're talking about astrology in general, I love looking at the stars anyway, just in general, right? And what ends up happening, it's so wild, is that you think about it and you look around and you know that whether it's, a couple hundred years ago, that's how folks used to get around. I mean, you know that I love sailing. And, so, what I'm wrapping my head around now, Larry? I'm wrapping my head, I got this book and I'm wrapping my head around how, instead of using a GPS, that I could actually, I'm gonna make sure I have a GPS too, but I'm wrapping my head around how you actually can sail from the stars. I got this book that I'm going through right now to really.
That's how they did it hundreds of years ago. Of course,
yeah. Even there's a guy right now that still does it. Okay, and he's one of the most famous guys out there. He's from Hawaii, and it would make sense because Hawaii is beautiful, right? But anyway, so tell us exactly, the webinar is going to be on the pattern that H.M. Gartley missed.
Yeah, this is a pattern that some of you folks have heard about it, but I've never really described it in detail and the intricacies of it, because there's 4 parts of it. You basically, it forces you to trade with the trend. It gives you a perfect entry, a perfect exit. It's right about 75% of the time. It works in bull and bear markets, and you see it over and over again. It was first introduced to me by Roy Longstreet back in 1985. I actually made a little reference to it. I didn't describe it. I just mentioned a 1-3-5 pattern in one of my books, and he asked that I not to say anything more till they were gone, and now they're gone. And so I'm going to describe it more in detail, because it is a very, very powerful pattern for one reason in particular. Well, 2 reasons. One, it quantifies your risk, and the second thing is it forces you to trade with the trend. And when you're talking about something that is better than 75% accurate, it's really and it'll be a fun pattern. The folks that are going to be along with the webinar will be able to follow along and see some of these as they actually unfold, and I think they'll enjoy it quite a bit.
When Larry's saying trading with the trend, folks, for Larry and I, that's very unusual, because it's there's trend followers, but what happens is that when whether it's Fibonacci or you're looking for patterns, bottom line is that you're looking for, it's not necessarily counter trend that we're looking for. It's just that we're going off the numbers, Larry, right? I mean, so it's always been intriguing with me. It's like, okay, I mean, of course, we know what the bigger trend is. It's either higher highs or lower lows. But it's intriguing that, when I says, okay, I want to see how this thing shakes out. Do you know what I mean? Because many times over the course of the years, I've said to myself, man, do I really want to get on this trend following deal,
Well, it's, they always said the easiest thing is to follow the trend. The first thing you have to do is you have to identify it, because the trend on a 5-minute chart is different than the trend on a 30-minute chart.
Right.
And a 30-minute chart is different than the trend on the daily. So that's one of the things that you have to do, and that's the advantage of this pattern, that it works on 5-minute, 30-minute, daily, just like most patterns. But it's a lot of fun. So I think it'll be a fun. I'm going through. The problem I'm having is I'm having a hard time finding failures, but I'm sure I'll run into some, because one of the things you have to do is to tell folks when things don't work. You've got to be able to stand aside and
there's no doubt.
Wait for something else.
That's what's so great about the Gartleys anyway. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's either on or it's not, folks. Okay, so it's not subtle, which is just beautiful. So hey, listen. What about these bonds, man?
We got higher interest rates coming. There's no question about that. I mean, we've been saying that, ever since they hit 177, and it looks like we're going to be going lower. And lower bonds means higher interest rates, but that's not the most important thing, Tom. We found a snake in our garage today.
Yeah.
The second one in 24 years. I had two of them in my house in 1955. Two baby rattlesnakes. This was a baby one out in the garage, but Sarah has put the for sale sign out in front of the house. So if you want to buy a cheap house in Tucson, call her today. You probably buy it for 10 cents on the dollar.
That's so funny, man.
She doesn't like. Well, I don't like snakes either, but it's a baby one. But actually, Tom, the head of it's about the size of a Volkswagen, and it's 62 feet long. So I guess it's not too small,
Oh my God.
Anyway, I hope the folks can join it and they get a free book. It's a money back guarantee. It's a no-brainer, just like all the stuff you have at TFNN. So it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
And so you come over to our website at TFNN, folks. You're going to see it right in the front page. Larry Pesavento, 24/7. It's 90. And by the way, folks, okay, his newsletter is amazing, okay? There's charts that go out all day, all night long, videos, all the above. Check it out right in the front page of TFNN. Larry, you have a great weekend, safe weekend. Tell Sarah I said hi and tell her don't worry about those snakes.
You bet, and God bless, Tom.
God bless,
Bye-bye.
man. Thank you. Stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
My name is Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability and host of the Trader's Edge Show heard daily here at TFNN.com. On Wednesday, October 19th at 5 p.m., I'll be hosting a special one-hour event, Trading Range Boundary Lines, where I'll teach subscribers how to identify hidden support and resistance levels, the kind that you definitely need to be aware of for your trading and investing. You'll learn how to plot major horizontal support and resistance, how to identify breakouts and breakdowns, and how to project the next price move. These support and resistance levels work for stocks, ETFs, futures contracts, currencies, and these patterns work on every time frame. By signing up for Mastering Probability right now, you get the first month of my newsletter service for only $49, and that includes October 19th's Trading Range Boundary webinar. Plus, if you sign up now, I'll include access to my 3 one-hour workshops, the ultimate trading signals, the ultimate reversal signals, and the long, short line that every trader needs to know. This is an investment you won't regret. For all the details of the upcoming workshop and reserve your seat today, visit the front page of TFNN.com now.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow right now is up 62. You get the NASDAQ up 4. S&Ps are up 3. And this market's trying to hang in there. We'll see where this shakes out coming into the close. What we will have is that when you take a look at it, we're 510 million on the NYSE. That's light volume. We take a look at the NASDAQ composite, and you're at 1.2 billion, which is also light volume. And when I was beginning the show, you could see the correlation of the light volume, folks. You're going into that swing point with light volume. That's how it is on the weekly. Thus far, it's rejected it. Inside the Dow Industrials, the strength versus the weakness. This is where strength is Goldman Sachs. That's up 1.2%. Intel's up 1.3%. DuPont's up 1.3%. And Microsoft is up 1%. Taken away from it, Big Mac is down 1%. Nike's off 0.4. American Express is down 0.3. Inside the NDX 100. And as we come into next week, folks, we're going to be coming into big numbers. Well, big earnings right across the board. Inside the NDX 100, the leader is ADI, Analog Devices. That's up 2.2%. Maximum is up 1.7%. That's in the chip business also. Kraft Heinz is up 1.6%, and Expedia is up 1.6%. Taken away from it, Mylan Pharmaceutical is down 3.3%. You get INCY off 2.5%. Biomodeling is down 2.2%, and Tesla is off 1.8%. We both go back to Mylan Pharmaceutical for a second. We take a look at Mylan Pharmaceutical. Okay, so this baby just can't get out of its own way. Let's see. So we're at, this is the good old EpiPen and the whole ball of wax. Well, a lot more than an EpiPen. The EpiPen, well, you know, bottom line, you're down from $76. It hit $76 in April of 2015, that is. And now you're breaking down, yeah, this is breaking down into $37.59. And what that sets up, this is pretty intense, that sets up, this can run down to $23. So big numbers. We go over to the king of the retail hill over here, the king of the retail hill being Amazon. This is what we have happening with Amazon right now. Amazon is at $8.24. And as we come into the next 2 weeks, this is what you're going to see, folks, okay? This is, which is pretty cool. So right now, we're at, the 14th, right? So Amazon comes out with its numbers the 27th. So that's 2 weeks from, it's not next week, the following week. Now, the same day that Amazon's coming out, we're going to have Google coming out. So that's going to be a big number. Both cases, and in both cases, you're talking about equities that are trading at $770 and $800. So that's going to be just wild in itself how the market can move. Facebook. Facebook is the following week after that, November 4th, November 2nd. Microsoft, I believe, is going to be next week. Yeah, Microsoft is next week. So Microsoft next week is going to be a big one. Microsoft right now, that's going to be on the 20th at 9 minutes past 6. Past 4, rather. Now, what's really cool, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform, folks, great time to do it. The reason being is that when these numbers come out inside these NDX 100 stocks, the futures don't close until 4:15. You have a defined option contract that you can actually put on at 4 o'clock, and you can see on Microsoft can move the NDX 100. When Amazon and Google come out, and this is whether you're bullish or bearish, it doesn't matter. Bottom line, when when Google and Amazon come out, you are going to have some real firepower, because when you're trading stocks that are $800, it doesn't take much to go down 50 or up 50. That's how these things like to trade too. Amazon on the 28th of April, when it had these numbers, and it closed at $620 and opened the next day at $669. So bottom line, you can expect that the volatility is going to continue. I suspect it's going to get higher as we start kicking off into this earnings season. We go take a look at the biotechs. So Biogen is trading at $291. Biogen is going to be coming out with the numbers the 26th. So that's another one that's coming out that week. Amgen is coming out the 27th. So the biotechs in general, that's when that action is going to be taking place. If we go take a look at the IBB right now, what you're going to see, that's down 450. We put this on a weekly. Okay, so that's coming down with some juice. On a weekly, that's 9.9 million. And you're coming into, oh, I see, you're coming into 262. Okay, you're at 266. 262, $262.62 is something that you want to keep your eye on. The reason being is that as we get into the last low, that had that 13 million shares. So the IBB will need more volume as it moves into that lower level. We take a look at the XLE. We get into the energy sector. XLE out here is trading at a price point of, it's down 28 cents. You're at 69.93. That's still at highs. The XLF, we had, let's go to JP Morgan first. JP Morgan came out with numbers. All the banks made money, and guess what? They're all flat. But what has happened here is that they are flat with volume pushing into their swing point. So watch this. So we have JP Morgan. JP Morgan, folks, the swing high for the last 6 months is on October 10th. That was $69.06. That level there, we had volume of 13 million. Well, we went to $69.03 now. It gave it up on price. You know, JP Morgan went from being positive to flat. But guess what? You're pushing into that level with 13 million shares. That's saying that JP Morgan is going to make a run once again for that high. We put this on a weekly. They made, even with fines, they still made a fortune. Yeah, this is pushing in with volume. This is going to be wild. So, okay, so on a weekly basis, it's also pushing in with volume. 74 million, 79 million. Yeah, the bank's pushing. So JP Morgan's pushing in with volume. So you can expect higher price next week with JP Morgan. Let's go over to Citibank and JP Morgan. By the way, I believe they brought in $7 billion. Let me see. I believe it was $7 billion for the quarter. That's the bottom line too. Big number. Big number. Let's go to Citigroup. Citigroup also came in with numbers. It's interesting. So Citigroup held price. Citigroup is up 37 cents right now. We're at 48.84. Citigroup's going to have to build more cars. But Citigroup also is trying to get up and into where it broke down from. Wells Fargo, WFC. Let's see, what's Wells Fargo, the CEO, that is at 44.84. She might be making a bottom. Will you stay right there, folks? We'll be coming right back.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien. Welcome back, folks. And if we go take a look at, so Janet Yellen was speaking today, and I suspect what we're going to see kind of over the weekend here is this one phrase. We'll see how it gets interpreted inside the marketplace, and it's a good one, folks. Okay, and it's so Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen said there are plausible ways that running the U.S. economy hot could fix damage caused by the Great Recession, laying out the argument for keeping monetary policy easy without taking an interest rate hike off the table this year. And so here's the quote. Let's see. Yeah, here's the quote. Increased business sales would almost certainly raise the productivity capacity of the economy by encouraging additional capital spending. Yellen told the Boston Fed conference Friday dedicated to examining the elusive economic recovery. A tight labor market might draw in potential workers who would otherwise sit on the sidelines. It's going to be this is the next fight that's out here. That's what it looks like to me, and that saying that specifically to me, what it means is that means letting more money out to try to get inflation going, because it's a perception deal, folks. And the deal with, there's plenty of dollars out in the economy. There are so many dollars out in the economy, it's unbelievable. The inflation will not get moving, however, unless people let go of their dollars. That's what inflation is, the velocity of cash through the marketplace. And you know, I think the economy is pretty good, actually. Bottom line is that the perception is not there that it is, however, okay? Because what you had consumer sentiment come out today, and consumer sentiment at this particular point was the lowest it has been in a year. You know, I suspect that has to do with the election that everyone's figured will go into hell in a handbag. But guess what? Politicians, folks, are a dime a dozen, and they're always here, they're always gone, and it's you and me that keep the country moving. So, so I wouldn't worry about it. That's the real bottom line. We go take a look at the XLU. Now, the XLU, these are the dividend-paying stocks. This is down 20 cents right now, $47.81. And this one here is still not a bad setup. You know, so this is going to be interesting when you know, bonds, the 30-year bond is getting smoked out here today. But bottom line is that this had strength. Well, first off, this came down from a high of $53. So when bonds are going down, it came down from a high of 53. Gets into a low of 46, has strength yesterday. We go up yesterday with 30 million shares. Today, you pull down with 14 million. If I put this into a weekly basis, on a weekly basis, you're testing 117 million. You did 110 last week, and this week we did 84. It would have been nicer actually if this got a little bit lower. But this also still looks to me that this thing wants higher price. And if this wants higher price, you're going to see the case get built in the next few weeks that they want to let the economy run higher, and they want to take off the rate hike in December. So the Fed funds rate has not taken that off yet. Right now, the Fed funds rate, the probability is 65.9% that there will be a raise in rates on December 14th. There's a meeting on November 2nd, and that's going to be a non-meeting. That's the bottom line, because I believe the election's the 8th. Bottom line, that's going to be a non-meeting. That's a 17% chance. As you do get into 2017, everything is in the 60s to 70s to 80s. And when we're talking here, too, by the way, you're talking about the Fed fund futures rate. That's between bank to bank. And they went up 25 basis points last year in December. That was a quarter point. And we'll see whether they do another quarter this year. The ironic part about that, none of us can get the rates that they're talking about anyway. You know, the 10-year has we're at the top of the range right now for the last 3 months. We're at 1.79. I believe we're right in the middle. Yeah, we're still in the last 6 months. So in the last year, the 10-year rate, folks, has been as low as 1.358 and as high as, I think it's 2.3. Yeah, it's 2.344. And so if we take a look at that rate, we're right in the middle right now. That's where we're 1.79. This battle is still on, though. My take is that this battle is still on, because when you still look at the rates that are across the country and not across the world, we're still at very high rates. Big time, too, not in a small way. Let's go take a look at Walmart. You know, Walmart's going to be battling Amazon out here in a big way. Why? Because what Amazon has decided to do now is that Amazon, folks, is going to start, well, they own this delivery service called Fresh, that they deliver groceries. Now what they're going to do is that they're going to open brick-and-mortar stores, and you're going to be ordering on your cell phone, come pick it up, all of the above. This, no doubt, is going to go right into all the grocery stores. I'd hate to be in the grocery business anyway. The grocery business is so tough to make money in because the spreads are so narrow. But when you have Walmart coming in the grocery business, man, and, excuse me, I expect what they're going to use this as, this is what, so when you start getting a huge scale, as, you know, the king of retail has, Amazon, they need warehouse space anyway. So this is going to be like their warehouse space all over the country, just delivering goods on a continual basis. Now, what I expect we're going to see, and this is where it's going to get really cool, is that we're going to see the aspect of robotic stores probably in our neighborhoods, you know, because Amazon's known inside their warehouses, they have some amazing robotics going on. And even though they're saying that they're going to be small stores, I expect what you're going to see there is that you're going to see some kind of robotics in most of these stores on a continual basis. So it's going to be really cool watching that whole thing shake out. Let's go over and take a look at Goldman Sachs. So Goldman Sachs today, it's up $3.38. That beat a case. There was a suit going on in London, $1.2 billion case. Libya, it was a case in Libya that Goldman Sachs lost them a fortune. Bottom line is that Goldman won that case today. It got thrown out. Goldman is trading also. Yeah, these banks are going to move next week. This is interesting, man. So check this out. Goldman is trading. It's up 330. You've done 4.2 million shares. You're coming into 3.4 million. They're pushing with volume. 1 second. Let me see how. That's on the daily. And the weekly, you're pushing with volume too. We did 10 million shares, and they're pushing into that with 14.5 million. It doesn't mean that Goldman's going to go anywhere close near its highs. What it does mean, though, is that Goldman wants to get over this 172.42 And Goldman is coming out with its numbers. Oh, this is cool. On the 18th. So Monday, 7:30 in the morning, Goldman's going to be coming out with the numbers. You stay right here, folks. We're coming right back. Dow Industrials right now up 67. NASDAQ is up 7.5. S&Ps are up 4. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. And we all have heard the trouble with Samsung had with their Note 7 smartphones. This is pretty, well, it's important and it's intense. So all Samsung electronic Note 7 smartphones are going to be banned from airline flights by the U.S. government, according to a person familiar with the decision. That will be a significant expansion of restrictions on the devices linked to 100 incidents of overheating and fires. Flight restrictions will be extended to each of the 1.9 million notes sold in the United States, and the devices won't be allowed on aboard aircraft, even if they've been shut off once the new rules take place. The expanded action completely bans the devices from all airline flights and covers all smartphones covered by the latest recall. FedEx and United Parcel, 2 major delivery services in the U.S., have already said they won't ship the phones. Man, they get some problems. You know, they've recalled the whole thing, but it's like, okay, so how are you going to I guess they're just going to have to check. Man, this is going to be a trip. Now they're going to check even more. Yeah, right. I don't know how they're going to get it all done, but that's the bottom line. That's what they're looking at. Okay, so market-wise, what are we looking at out here, folks? What you're looking at is this. You had a rejection of lower price with lighter volume on the S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ, the NDX 100. When we're talking about the S&P and the Dow Industrials, you're talking about the rejection of the September 16th swing area. And it's dramatic, meaning the amount of volume, lighter volume. So we came down this week, and you came down with 433 million. Well, you were going into 786 million, as well as 817 million. So bottom line, you can see there's not enough energy at this point to basically break down and get into the lower trading range. What does that mean? That means that it will now make a run to higher price. That higher price I expect that we're going to see is that higher price is going to make a run to the September 9th level, which is $217.03. What's going to get really intriguing here is that each and every time that we've come up there, it can't make it. And I don't expect we're going to make it again. What has happened, though, is that our trading range has got higher, wider rather. Going all the way from July over till September, our trading range, when you take a look at let me put the cash S&P up, and you'll see what the difference is. So our trading range then was approximately 10 points. Okay, it's one of the smallest trading ranges that had been in the market for something about 30 years. Now, though, you have a trading range. The trading range that we're talking about now is a pretty decent trading range inside the S&Ps. We're talking about a trading range from a price point of $21.69 down to $21.19. You know, so what's that? $50. 50-point trading range inside the S&P. That's a nice trading range, literally, because you don't need the very top of that. You don't need the very bottom of that. You get the meat inside the middle of it, and you're going to get some action inside the marketplace. Dow Industrials, when we take a look at the Dow Industrials, you're going to see the trading range inside the Dow. And what we are going to have, you're going to have a lot of Dow stocks coming out with numbers. That range is from 18,404 down to 17,992. So, well, that's only like $400. That's not that much, actually. Inside the Russell 2000, this is what you have. Inside the Russell, this is a nice range. So inside the Russell, you're talking 1256 to 1206. You know, so that's not a bad setup. If we go take a look at oil quickly, oil market out here still hanging out at the CLZ. Oil market is still hanging out at the $50 range, and that still looks like it wants higher price. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great weekend, safe weekend. Look forward to speaking right back here Monday morning, 8 o'clock. Wow! Go get them, folks.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.